Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Coaching Katta. Stay home, stay safe and study with Coaching Katta. And I am your online coach Mrs. Anupriti Gazre from PES Modern Girls High School present here to help you. If you have not subscribed the channel yet, then click on the subscribe button and stay connected. Also, press bell icon to get notifications. Today, we are going to study Science 1 for 10th standard. Let us start with the second chapter, Periodic Classification of Elements, Part 4. In the previous video, we have studied Dobbe-Reiners triads law, Newland's octaves law, Mendeleev's periodic law, also the merits and demerits of Mendeleev's periodic table. The links of these videos are given in the description. If you have any doubt, then post your comment in the comment box. Today we are going to study modern periodic law and also the structure of the modern periodic table. So let us start with the modern periodic law. When Dobbe-Reiner Newlands classified the elements, very few elements and their properties were known. Even when Mendeleev put forth his periodic table, scientists did not know about the interior part of the atom and also about the electrons. After the discovery of electrons, scientists started to study the relation between electron number and atomic number. In 1913, the English scientist Henry Moseley proved that the atomic number of an electron of an element corresponds to the positive charge of on the nucleus, that is protons. This revealed that the atomic number is more fundamental property of an element than that of atomic mass. Accordingly, modern periodic law was stated as properties of elements are a periodic function of their atomic numbers. So, let us study the modern periodic table. Classification of elements was done according to the atomic number of elements. Here, elements are arranged in an increasing order of their atomic number. The modern periodic table is also called as the long form of periodic table. In this modern periodic table, most of the drawbacks of Mendeleev's periodic table were removed, which were explained in the previous video. However, the ambiguity about the position of hydrogen is not removed. So let us study the structure of the modern periodic table. In this modern periodic table, there are 7 horizontal rows called as periods and 18 vertical columns called as groups. Due to these rows and columns, boxes are formed and in each box only one element is placed. Also, there are 2 separate rows are shown at the bottom of the periodic table. These are called lanthanide and actinide series. Including these 2 series, there are total 118 boxes in the periodic table. It means that there are 118 places for elements. All these boxes are completely filled because all the 118 elements are now discovered. Now let us study the modern periodic table. The entire periodic table is divided into 4 blocks called as S block element, P block element, D block element and F block elements. In S block, the S block elements contains group number 1 and 2, or group 1 and 2 are included in S block. These elements are called as normal elements. all elements are metals except hydrogen. P block contains groups 13 to 18th. These are also known as normal elements except 18th group elements. In P block, all types of elements are present, that is metals, non-metals and metalloids. D block contains group number 3 to 12. The elements are called as transition elements. All these elements are metals. F block contains lanthanide and actinide series. The elements are called as inner transition elements. All these elements are metals. The elements having atomic number greater than 92 are radioactive, and also the elements having atomic number greater than 96 are artificially prepared. So the diagram, in the diagram, classification of elements in different blocks and their types are shown. See here, group number 1 and 2 are known as S block element and called as normal elements. Group number 3 to 12 are known as D block element and also called as transition elements. Group number 13 to 18 are known as P block element, and here group number 13 to 17 are called as normal elements and group number 18 are known as zero group elements. The two series, lanthanide and actinide series, they form the F block elements and called as inner transition elements. Now, the zigzag line in the modern periodic table. A zigzag line is seen in the P block of modern periodic table. The zigzag line separates metals from non-metals. All metals lie on the left hand side of zigzag line. All non-metals are present on the right hand side of the zigzag line. The elements along the border of the zigzag line are called as metalloids. Metalloids which show the properties of both metals and non-metals. Now, in this figure, classification of elements in three categories are shown. The elements of the at the left hand side are metals. Also, the elements at the right hand side are non-metals, and the borderline elements of zigzag line are metalloids. Now, this is the detailed structure of modern periodic table. In this table, each type of group is shown. For example, alkali metals are present in the first group. Alkaline earth metal elements are present in the second group. Here, for example, halogens are present in the 17th group. Noble gases are present in the 18th group. Lanthanide and actinide series are shown at the bottom of the periodic table. Now, use your brain power. Position of elements in the modern periodic table. How is the problem regarding the position of cobalt, atomic mass number 59, and nickel, atomic mass number 59, in Mendeleev's periodic table resolve in modern periodic table? Second one, how did the position of chlorine 35 and chlorine 37 get fixed in modern periodic table? And third one, what do you think? Should hydrogen be placed in group 17 of hydrogen halogen group or group number 1 of alkali metals in modern periodic table? Think about it. Now, modern periodic table and electronic configuration. Within a period, the neighboring elements differ slightly in their properties, while distant elements differ widely. Elements in the same group show similarity and gradation in their properties. These characteristics of groups and periods are because of the electronic configuration of elements. Electronic configuration decides the group and period in which the element is to be placed. Observe the table given here. You will find that the number of valence electron in all these elements is the same. That is 1 for second group, that is 1. And for second group, the valence electrons are 2. Valence electrons means the number of electrons present in the outermost shell. See here, for group number 1, there is one valence electron. For group number 2, 2 valence electrons are present. For group number 13, 3 valence electrons are present, and so on. While going from top to bottom within any group, number of shells goes on increasing. Now, here the electronic configuration of first group elements are shown with the help of diagram. See here, the number of shells goes on increasing. Here, hydrogen contains only one shell. Lithium contains 2 shells. In sodium, there are 3 shells. And in potassium, there are 4 shells, and so on. But their valence electrons are same. That is, all these elements have only one valence electron in their outermost shell. In this table, relation between periods and electronic configuration is shown. Observe the table. You will find that the number of valence electrons is different in these elements. However, the number of shells is the same. You will also find that while going from left to right within the period, the atomic number increases by 1 at a time, and the number of valence electrons also increases by 1 at a time. See here, period number 2 is shown here, and we see that the number of shells are constant. That is, period number 2 contain only 2 shells, and the valence electrons goes on increasing from left to right. In the diagram, the relation between periods and electronic configuration is shown Observe the diagram. All these elements are from the second period. They contain only 2 shells, but the valence electrons goes on increasing from left to right. For example, lithium has 1 valence electron, beryllium has 2 valence electrons, boron has 3 valence electrons, carbon has 4 valence electrons, and so on. That is, number of electrons, valence electrons goes on increasing in the same shell. The chemical reactivity of an element is determined by the number of valence electrons in it and the shell number of the valence shell. The information of these points is obtained from the position of the elements in the periodic table, that is modern periodic table. As It is proved that useful for the study of elements. In the next video, we will study the periodic trends in the modern periodic table. Till then, goodbye. Here, the homework for you is given. So just write the answers in your notebook. Thank you.